Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Mike, T-Roy is here. What up, T?
Hey, buddy.
How are you, pal?
Fucked.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you look stressed.
I look stiff.
Yeah, that too.
I was doing pretty well today, actually, even though it was, a little rough for the post Super Bowl day of work.
Sure.
And then just before I was getting ready to go, I fucking did one quick turn of the neck. Locked her right up on me.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
So I'm gonna look at you like this all day.
Yeah.
That's how you're gonna get out of me.
Yeah. Dude, there was a stretch of I don't know how many years in my 20s of all times when that happened to me once a month.
Yeah. I remember,
Flat lockup.
I remember one. Was it a sneeze or was it a hair flip that took you down one time?
Oh, I don't even know, but yeah.
Yeah, there was one that I remember buckled you.
Yeah. There were times when I'd have to call into work because I flat couldn't get out of bed. Mm-hmm. Like, could not get out of bed, period. Like, just paralyzed.
Some things never change.
Yeah, right? But that stopped after years of going through that. And I would take meds, or I would go to he wasn't a chiropractor because I can't go to chiropractors, but something along those. And he would take this like vibration thing and go down my whole spine, like starting my neck, and that would loosen things up a little bit. And then it just kind of stopped happening. Okay. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was awful. It was like, am I going to live like this? Because it would happen, and I could feel it. Like you would just turn this way to like. Look at oncoming traffic or whatever, to switch lanes. And I'd be like, oh, fuck. And I knew it was like getting kicked in the nuts and waiting for that 1,000, 2,000, and then
there
buckling. And I knew I got so good at telling, like, yep, that's it. I'm fucked in about an hour. Totally screwed.
Yeah, mine was instant.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Just working over my head doing stuff, and I don't know, I just turned something funny. So.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's short term.
Yeah. Oh, man. That sucks.
How's your
sorry.
Monday?
It's okay. We were planning on doing member content this weekend. And I thought about it on Sunday. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to rest my voice. Because I noticed on Friday when we did a show, the longer the show went on, the worse my voice got. I was like, I just need to give it a break here.
Down.
And you can tell it didn't have the effect that I hoped it would. I feel okay,
That's good.
But I sound like shit still. So doing the best I can, man.
One man's shit is another man's sexy.
Yeah,
I like it.
No, it doesn't feel right at all. So I don't know how long this is going to last or what else I can do. I'm eating Halls like crazy. I ate a bag of the fruity Halls, which are my favorite now. Like tropical flavors and stuff.
Yeah,
a bag of 80. Gone.
Oh boy.
And now I'm onto my bag of lemons, a bag of 80, and I don't know how long those are going to last, but
you should have mixed a few lemons in with your berries and spread those out a little bit.
Yeah. I should have done something because
now you're stuck with just straight lemon. You're gonna be all tart and shit.
Yeah, but they're not even like lemon. They don't even taste that good. No. But those other ones I actually kind of liked, and then they've got a new Halls that I noticed that's like a chocolate mint.
That sounds fucking awful.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, especially with that, like, mentholyptus or whatever the shit that's supposed to be in there with it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, fuck that.
Terrible, yeah. So I didn't even try it. I was like, nah, I'm not going down this road. Not with Halls, with regular, I don't even like.
And I like mint chip, and that sounds fucking disgusting.
Disgusting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry you're going through that, buddy.
What do you mean?
Your
Just
neck,
another day in the hood.
You look like you don't have a neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
I bet I sound good, though.
Yeah, you sound great.
So nobody watch this episode. Just listen.
Yeah. Well, the Super Bowl is behind us.
Yeah.
It's over.
It is.
And now we get into the most depressing time of the year.
By the way, Mortimer.
Yeah. I owe you $1.
You certainly do.
For what happened? What did we bet now?
I had the Chiefs. You had the Eagles.
Yeah.
It's documented.
Yeah, that's true. God damn it.
And, well, actually, technically it's 2 based on the incomplete call that was overturned. But
oh, yeah. Who's counting?
But we won't get into that. That's radio for one.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Just for on the record, I called that shit.
I know.
Every stupid pundit out there had the Eagles.
Yeah. Not stupid. The Eagles were dominating that game.
Yep.
I mean, the fact that it was even close at halftime, a 10-point lead.
Yep.
It should have been a 17-point lead minimum, and it didn't turn out that way.
There's only one thing that
Chiefs.
matters is the final score.
Yeah. So congrats to the Chiefs. We'll get into all of it in a moment. I did want to mention radiofor1.com. Of course, that's live. It is our website. You can go there. That's a spot to get merch, T-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, winter beanies. That's where you're going to find our Amazon link and Amazon Canada link, so all our friends to the north can use our link and shop as like normal. Well, obviously won't charge you anymore, but gives us a small kickback. My Pillow is there. Just make sure you use promo code TDC. And I don't know who it was that that had our promo code TDC going around, but there was one month where they really was helpful for us, and we're not supposed to do that's not supposed to be the way. So I don't know who that was.
I don't know how that stuff gets out there, but
genius, yeah.
If anybody does know,
a little wink, wink.
Share the info.
Yeah, share it away. Yeah. So if that's a nerd thing or just listener thing, I don't know, but we appreciate it. Groupon is there. Also a link to our Patreon page. Again, I'm sorry this weekend. We'll make some up this week, but I tried to give the voice a rest, and it's not working all that well.
And partially in your defense, I have my uncle is in hospice, comfort care as they call it. So I've been spending quite a bit of time there too. So I haven't been around much. Yeah,
and I'm sorry to hear that, man. I know Glenn is a I don't know how many times I've met Glenn. Maybe I have over the years, but Glenn and Dixie are really important to you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Have been, since we were kids.
I call him my uncle, but technically there's no blood relation. He's my godfather.
Yeah,
my parents and them were best friends growing up.
Yeah,
so cousins my age. Again,
Bubba,
not my cousin. Yeah, Bubba.
Yeah,
exactly. We grew up together, went to high school, middle school together, same age, all that. But we did everything: vacations, the cottage, everything together. We grew up together. So yeah, he's like a father to me, and so it's a shame to see it.
I've heard Glenn and Dixie, Bubba, those names since we were 16 years old. You've been, and I know it's tough. Obviously most people have been through something similar,
of course,
and how that goes. So I'm sorry to hear that. How's Glenn doing?
Remarkably well, honestly. It's a weird thing because he's not to get too much into it, but he's having some health issues that are basically unsolvable at this point.
Right.
But mentally, he's sharp as a tack. I mean, he's still there. So
it's gotta almost make it worse.
It is and it isn't. I had a good talk with my cousin because I just went through this with his mother-in-law like last year, 2 years ago, and went through the same thing, but was basically incapacitated, was just out of it with Alzheimer's and stuff. So the timing was kind of the same, but it's like the time that you spend is much different.
Yeah.
So everybody's in town now. Everybody's spending a bunch of time there, and it's really great. It's just telling a lot of stories and catching up, and it's but for him to be so engaged and be telling stuff and to embrace what's going on, I guess, to be at peace with it, to know, which I can't even process really to have to agree to that. But no, it's been good, and he's taking it like a champ. He's got a fucking good sense of humor about it, So that's good. So trying to spend as much time with him as I can.
Yeah, and I know you're going to head over there tonight
as
soon as we get done. Yeah, I went through something similar in Arizona, and not people I know a ton, but on Amanda's, the warden's side of the family, her Uncle Dan, who, I've told stories about her basically being raised by wolves.
Yeah.
Raised herself, her and her brother, really shitty upbringing, and the stories are hardly even believable. They're so tragic and abusive, and it just molds who you are as a person growing up, But this particular uncle, and I don't know if he's blood related either, but was one adult in her childhood that actually looked after her. When she's 6 years old, like would make her breakfast instead of her having to just fend for herself. At that age, he was just always really, really sweet. So he means the world to her, and he ended up in hospice. Same type of thing, and he's a big dude, every bit of 6'5", 6'6". When I left there, he was 95 pounds.
Jesus.
But so you can imagine. I mean, you're just rail thin, but his mind was all there too.
Yeah.
There just wasn't much they could do, but we'd go over there and hang out with him and talk to him. And this is the middle of the pandemic, and he gets COVID. It's fucking
over. Yeah,
it's over. You know, within an hour, it'd probably be over. So it was a little weird. Not that I'm dying to go hang out there, anyways. But yeah, I know, you know, what that's like when you're thrown into this thing where hospice is involved and insurances, and it's just
that's I mean that went through this
reality of life, but it sucks.
You know, going through this, it's one thing now, you know, where you can. You know, he can be surrounded by his family. You know, and I love my family. So you're supposed to only have 2 people in the room, and all only giving out enough bracelets, and they were like, "Yeah, go fuck yourself." No, we got like 10 people piled in his room. It's fine. But the you know, and my stepdad had passed. It was during the COVID stuff, and there was a time when he was going to the hospice.
Jim,
and but that was during. It's like he wasn't gonna be able to have any visitors.
Yeah, crazy.
Like, so I can't imagine. It's I'm very grateful that it sucks he's going through that, but that he's able to be surrounded by his family and his.
How awful was that, by the way, when they wouldn't let loved ones?
Yeah, I mean, it's brutal.
You got these people at the window of the hospital bed, like
waving goodbye.
Yeah,
fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah, it just
right,
just cruel.
And at that point,
cruel.
Especially if you're in hospice, for fuck's sakes, like what are we worried about? They're gonna get COVID? Fuck.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, just the lack of humanity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't take a genius to go, you know what? I'm willing to roll the dice. Make me sign a fucking release. Right? So if they get me sick or something, you know, but I don't know. I guess their theory is you just walking into the you know, whatever. It's hospice in a hospital, or you could potentially give it to someone else on the floor.
Right.
I don't know. It seemed more cruel than anything.
Yeah. And I don't get they still have the mask thing. You have to wear a mask into the hospital, right?
Yeah.
But like you have to put it on when you walk in. You got to wear it when you're walking around. But the nurses aren't wearing them.
Yeah.
Like, well, then what are we doing?
Yeah. Dude, it's comical at this point. I was really glad I had to go visit my pain doctor. I set an appointment with him. You know, so he's the one that, you know, did the epidurals for me and then got me to the surgeon, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, when I got the surgeon's game plan, I went and scheduled a meeting with my pain guy just to kind of go over it and all that. And that was the first time they were like, yeah, you don't have to wear a mask anymore. So that's the second doctor's clinic I've been in the last few weeks where it was like, yeah. And the ones that are wearing them aren't. They're doing that chin diaper. Like, you know what a joke you look like, right?
Exactly.
Like, what are we doing here?
Why are you even pretending anymore?
Yeah, exactly.
They might not even be mandated. They just haven't they just make it look like it still is, and just hoping everybody's still going to wear them. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just don't feel like dealing with it. But I don't care. I'll put it on, and I don't want anything to happen to him. So. You know.
Yeah, right.
That's fine.
So we don't wear your little paper mask. You still have to
just
wear
between it in and out, and we don't wear it in the room or anything.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Whatever.
Yeah. Well.
Hey, speaking of Patreon, though.
Yeah.
We got a new member.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. Welcome aboard, Marcus.
Marcus.
Now, it's Marcus with a K. Is that normal? I don't, because it just looks weird to me. KUS, it just looks odd to me.
You sure he didn't just misspell his own name?
I wouldn't think so, because it's duplicated into the email address. So there's definitely a K in there.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I don't know what to make of that. I don't know if that makes him better or.
Yeah, maybe it is. I mean, so is it MARCUS? Is that what it normally is?
Oh yeah.
You should.
Is Marcus a?
But Mark is MARK.
Yeah, that's original.
You go Mark, and Mark is short for Marcus, isn't it? So they go MARCUS and then make it to an MARK.
I don't know.
I got questions about this.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any idea. I don't know, but I'm a Walters with an O.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Yep.
But that's the last name. Is Marcus a traditionally black name? White name. What do you think? I think of Marcus as more of a brother's name.
You know what? I think it's ironic because I think of Mark as being a cracker name and Marcus being a brother name.
Absolutely.
You know, but it's the same name. It's like saying John and Jonathan.
Is it, though? Like, I wouldn't think many Marks of the world were Marcuses.
I bet a lot of them are.
Really? I've never thought about it, but I would think Mark is just a Mark. You know?
I think Marcus is the official long version of Mark.
Yeah.
Just like, Jonathan, William, all that stuff.
Yeah, you could be right. But I would think if you're a Marcus, you go by Marcus. You don't go by Mark. But what do I know?
Yeah, see, so many of these things are established when you're young.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to be a Marcus. You want to be a Mark.
Sure.
You know, call me Mark.
Yeah.
It's just, and then it sticks.
Well, I want to know if he's a black Marcus or I'm assuming Marcus with a K is a white guy.
I'm gonna, yeah.
You know, like his parents.
There's no Q in there, so that's a good start. Are there even any black people that listen to us? I hope so. I really do.
I do too.
Well, and of course see, that's even more deceiving. I go to his profile pic. It's a picture of the Rensen.
Yeah,
that's even more confusing.
Yeah.
Now
downtown Detroit thing.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if we've got a Marcus, if we've got a black Marcus listening, and he's a member.
God bless.
Good on us.
Yeah.
That really speaks volumes.
Hell yeah.
About what we're doing here.
Indeed.
Well, welcome aboard, Marcus.
Yes. Glad to have you, sir.
Yeah. So, did you enjoy the Super Bowl yesterday, T?
I did. I mean, it was a very enjoyable game. It was a very entertaining game.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch. I won some bets. I was a little disappointed in some of the bets.
Yeah. Yeah, you love doing these prop bets right now.
Yeah.
There were plenty of those.
Yeah, I was just throwing some weird shit around.
Yeah.
Technically, I was up. I won. So.
Yeah. You won a square.
I did win a square.
Yeah.
I won a reversal on a square.
Nice.
So
I did not.
I think I'm all said and done. I'm somewhere around even.
Yeah.
I think.
What'd you make of the commercials? Do you even care anymore about the commercials?
You know what? I really don't. And I actually thought I would.
Yeah.
And I just don't.
I didn't see anything leading up to it. You know how they blow it, and they basically tell you what all the commercials are, or
there's
show
a couple
it to
of them
you.
that were like Saturday. I saw them leak a few of them.
Yeah.
Or they do sort of the preview, the teaser kind of thing of like what leading up to it, like a cliffhanger commercial that's going to be settled on the Super Bowl.
Right.
But no, I didn't see a ton of that.
Yeah.
But they got rid of. There wasn't any crypto this year. It was all crypto last year. And
that's
this
right.
Year. Yeah.
This year, the big cut. Well, I guess the Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez one, where he's working at Dunkin' Donuts drive-through. I never know if those are like just a total setup where people pull up and Ben Affleck's there and some want a selfie. I'm assuming it's all scripted, but
I would think.
Who knows? The one that was generating quite a bit of controversy that I did hear about was Jesus. Jesus always gets some sort of controversy going when his name's mentioned, and he popped up in a couple commercials.
Okay.
Those He Gets Us ones? They've been airing them quite frequently.
All right.
It's a Christian organization, and I was on Twitter, and of course it's a hate group. Of course it's just, I don't know anything about them. I don't know shit.
Yeah.
And what one man's definition of hate group means versus someone else's. Apparently they're anti-abortion, which is, women's rights are under attack.
Yeah, they hate women, right?
Yeah, I would think a Christian organization would be against abortion.
Yeah, it's pretty safe to assume. I think that kind of goes with the territory.
So I don't know if calling them a hate group.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to be a Christian, you may not necessarily be against it. But if you're going to be a Christian organization, probably going to be. Yeah. Probably going to be a little pro-life.
And again, if you just want to be the boy who cried wolf and make it, if you just want to water down further and further the idea of what a hate group is or blah, 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 keep just declaring everything, a hate group.
Yeah, right.
Because there's never any follow-up with, evidence of it. It's the only thing I could find is, this group is against all women because abortion. And I'm like, okay, well, Christian group's going to be against abortion.
Because abortion.
Abortion.
That's why.
So, anyways, one person who took issue with this was AOC, Sandy Cortez.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. It's the non-profit Servant Foundation. They sponsored 2 Super Bowl commercials as part of the He Gets Us campaign. First featured photos of children in heartwarming situations, including black and white children hugging, as well as a photo from 2019 of a 5-year-old Aubrey Burge comforting her 4-year-old brother as he underwent chemo. I mean, if that doesn't scream
animals.
hate.
What monsters.
Yeah, I don't know what does. Jesus didn't want us to act like adults, the narrator says. He gets all of us. He gets us, all of us. Be childlike. All right.
Okay.
Second, showed adults arguing and fighting with each other, then stated, Jesus loved the people we hate. He gets us, all of us. I thought that was a pretty powerful commercial. So showing, do you remember that one? No. Showing, like Black Lives Matter fighting and
Oh, yeah, I remember.
all that kind of shit.
Yeah. I tuned a lot of those out, but now I remember which one you're talking about.
Yeah. And then it's like the point is, even your worst enemy, Jesus loved them too.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Oh, what a terrible message.
Crazy. Awful
It's
message.
just spewing hate.
Yeah. So lots of people were inspired by him, obviously. If you're a fan of Team Christian, you probably loved him. AOC did not. Something tells me Jesus would not spend millions of dollars on Super Bowl ads to make fascism look benign. Okay.
Thanks, Sandy.
Yeah. Hobby Lobby founder David Green, a devout Christian,
Oh, yeah.
is part of the organization behind
I'm
it.
sure, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of women who don't like Hobby Lobby either.
They're closed on Sunday. They're like,
Oh, like Chick-fil-A?
yeah, well, maybe they're not closed on Sunday like Chick-fil-A is, but they're super Christian, yeah.
Dude, it's funny. I ran up to the store on yesterday afternoon, Sunday, and I was like, man, there is no line here. Maybe I'll grab tea and I had a couple chicken sandwiches. And I was like, it's the first time I've ever not seen a line here at Chick-fil-A. This is amazing.
That'll do it.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's Sunday. So David Green, Hobby Lobby founder, said the group sought to reach the biggest audience of the year with its call for kindness and compassion. You're going to see it at the Super Bowl. He gets us. We are wanting to say, we being a lot of people, that he gets us. He understands us. He loves who we hate. I think we have to let the public know and create a movement. It fits with our target audience really well. Campaign spokesperson Jason Vanderground said, we're trying to get the message across to people who are spiritually open but skeptical. Yeah, there's been a lot of people bailing on the whole religious thing. They're losing numbers in droves. So
I'm sure.
Selling chips is cool. Selling light beers, all of that stuff's awesome. I enjoy consuming all those things. There's something about figuring out the way that we treat fellow human beings that we think is just profound activity to occur during the Super Bowl. Some of those ads, by the way, 30-second ad was going for $7 million.
That's insane. I can't believe the buyback is there. I just can't.
Yeah,
I just can't.
I can't either.
I mean, I'm to be honest with you, I guess you have to get your product out there in some. If you don't advertise on some level, you don't know what's out there.
Yeah,
But I can't imagine. There's been no commercial that's like, oh, yeah,
not
now
many years.
Now I'm going to go buy that because of it. Just nothing.
Yeah,
Even if it's the best commercial I've ever seen, it doesn't make me change my habits because of it. Maybe that's me. Maybe I'm a shit consumer. I don't know.
No, I think it's about overall branding. With that when you're speaking of the Budweisers of the world, the Coca-Colas of the world, those real big dogs. I don't know how many people are watching the Super Bowl and are now going to run off to church.
No, exactly.
Because of the ad, but maybe. I guess there's a point to advertising. I don't fully understand.
I'm not going to go get those popcorn chip things or whatever because the Breaking Bad guys did a commercial for it.
Oh, I missed that one. Yeah.
It was whatever.
Yeah, it was fine. I know I asked you, was it worth rewinding? You were like, no, not really.
I mean, none of them were for me, so whatever.
Yeah. I will say, I was interested in Doritos' new barbecue chips.
Well, I mean,
New flavor.
Again, that's my point where if if you have a new product, you have to get that out there so people know it's there. But to advertise an existing product is silly to me. If it's something new that you have to get the word out, then it makes total sense.
Yeah.
But for Budweiser to just come out and spend $7 million on however many commercials they do in the span of the game, you know, like, yeah, okay, well, everybody knows fucking Budweiser.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it's piss. You either drink it or you don't. You know what I mean? It's not going to change anybody's mind of whether, you know what? I'm going to give them a chance again.
Yeah.
Those fucking horses really got to me. I bet you it's better now.
They were good back in the day.
They were great commercials, but even that, I mean, that's fine. But that's
even the like, what's that? Like at the time,
some of the best commercials ever done.
Yeah.
Did that pay off in revenue is my question.
Probably.
You think so?
Yeah.
How?
And
Why?
their thing is just overall
But why?
branding.
Why do you think so?
When you're that big of a company, you need to just continuously have an overall branding message.
Of course. I
So
mean, you have to be present. I understand
So
that.
does that mean that $7 million buy is going to translate in? No, but I don't think that's the point either.
Yeah. I mean, they have that built into the marketing budget, I assume, something like that, advertising. But
and
some of these other
write
things,
so much stuff off where they have to spend certain amounts of money, and it becomes a tax thing.
Yeah, but now it's getting so crazy. I remember it wasn't that long ago that 30-second spot was $1 million, and everybody's like, "Whoa, $1 million for 30 seconds? Holy shit!" Now it's $7 million.
Yeah. It's just like the cost of these franchises, where it was like, oh man, this franchise is worth $100 million. Can you believe? Now you wouldn't dream of selling a franchise for less than $5 billion.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
it's crazy
with a B. I mean, it's insanity. It's not real money. That's the fucking odd thing about it.
Yeah.
And it's the salaries are getting so out of control that it's trickling down into ticket prices, and it's just not. It's lost its way, man. It just has.
There was a
and it can't slow down. The precedent's been set.
Yeah.
The escalation of it.
Yeah.
So where does it end? Yeah.
As long it makes more sense today than it did years ago, and the reason I say that is nobody's watching commercials for the most part. They're DVRing stuff and blowing through that shit, except during this one live sporting event.
Yep,
like
that's
it's
fair.
literally the Super Bowl only.
True.
So while everyone just fast forwards through a Frito-Lay commercial and an insurance company commercial, you don't do that during the Super Bowl. So it is your one opportunity, almost the only one.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no,
that you're going to get eyes on it, right?
They'd sooner fast forward through the game than the spots.
That's true. And I mean, in their defense, I didn't forward through a single commercial.
No.
I didn't really pay that much attention to it, and it didn't change my mind at all, but you have to at least watch them.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of fast forwarding through commercials.
One spot, and this happened in this household, was Tubi.
Oh, yeah. Got me.
Got T-Roy. It got me, but I didn't say anything. But it initially got me, and it apparently got a lot of people.
I'm sure.
A lot of Americans. It was one of the most talked about commercials. It tricked most of the nation, they claim. The ad for Tubi, which is a streaming service, made most people believe that someone was sitting on the remote and changing the channel during a part of the game.
Yep. I believe my quote was, "The fuck did you just do?"
Yeah. And I was like, and by that point, I already figured out that it wasn't me, that it was the commercial on TV.
Right.
But so part of the commercial featured what looked like coming back from commercial with the Super Bowl logo, Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olson welcoming people back. And then it looks like the screen switched to someone scrolling through the Tubi app. Yeah. And so it made people go, hey, what the fuck? Yeah.
And that's clever.
Yeah.
That is good marketing. That's got people talking about it. That makes people react in a way.
Yeah.
Now is that going to make people go get Tubi? I don't know. But that's at least a clever enough commercial. And thinking outside the box.
Didn't they do it years ago with another? Was it Siri?
Where they said it and made everybody's thing go off?
Yeah. Was that a Burger King ad or something?
I don't remember who did it. Something, yeah. But I remember that was a thing, yeah. Everybody's freaking out because everybody's Siri was
going off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, fine.
Or Alexa or whatever it was.
Yeah. I don't think it was Alexa, but I don't.
It was the Siri. I think it was. It was for the Siri on the iPhones or something.
Something like that.
It didn't affect me.
Yeah.
Smart.
So Tubi shared this on YouTube with the caption, "No, you didn't sit on the remote, but on Super Bowl Sunday, we fooled audiences into thinking they did." Some people said that Tubi commercial came on. I yelled at every single person in the room. Yeah. The M&M Spokes Candies announced they were returning after a staged hiatus. I don't know who that was. If that was an email of ours, and I'm not buying it. I think something's going on here. We're going to see them. There was one commercial revealing Michael Keaton would reprise his role as Batman in The Flash, scheduled for June 23 release. I believe, June 16th.
Is that Bat Grandpa?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Do you remember seeing that ad?
No, I missed that one too.
Yeah, he didn't look bad.
I'm sure, but still.
Yeah.
But still.
And I don't know if that was just a commercial or if he's actually reprising his role. I don't know. We'll see.
And maybe it's another period piece where now he's retired Batman and he's training his son to
he's the new Alfred
over.
Pennyworth,
right? Something
sort
like
of
that.
thing. Yeah,
exactly.
Maybe
retirement into hiding.
Yeah,
but, under an alias. Who knows?
Going to the game, I gotta say, man, a lot of people were pissed at the refs after that.
There was a couple very, very questionable calls.
Yeah.
There generally is in most games.
Yeah.
You hate to see it on the biggest stage like that, but there were definitely some questionable calls.
Well, I was screaming bullshit at the TV. That holding call down on the 15-yard line or whatever it was.
Yeah.
With Kansas City marching. And I get it. You could point to a handful of plays in any game and bitch about the refs. And,
Sure.
last time I did it, you were like, come on, dude, don't be that guy bitching about the refs. And I get it. It's like, yeah, your team didn't play well enough to win. They got beat. But in this particular case, on this particular stage, that was the end of the game. That game was ended by a ref's call of holding or, pass interference. And absolutely, there was a tiny tug of the jersey, this and that. But when that hadn't been called all game long, that call seems like a time when you just eat the whistle. Like, let them play.
Does that? I mean, but because does that make it okay that they hadn't called, that they missed all those calls all game long?
Yeah, I like when they kind of let these guys play. I mean, the fact is, when you see guys jockeying down the field, they're always doing a little tug on each other's jerseys. They're grabbing a wrist. Sometimes they call it. Some games they kind of let a lot of that go. And in specific, last night, there weren't a lot of flags. The refs kind of stayed out of it.
For the most part, it was
unless
pretty
it was
clean.
like egregious. They weren't calling anything. And so that was hardly egregious, and it absolutely ended the game.
Yep.
It made it so the Chiefs could just take a couple knees and then kick a fucking 20-yard field goal.
Yeah, for the record, him going down at the 1 and not scoring on that touchdown, I went back and looked at it, cost me 2 squares and a reversal.
Really?
It's about $400 that fucking thing cost me.
See? Yeah. So, a lot of people are pointing to the cornerback of the Eagles. You said, yeah, I held. I was hoping they wouldn't notice it or they'd let it go. And it was like, yeah, I get it. We all saw. Was it Bradford?
Bradbury, something like that.
Yeah, on Juju Smith, Schuster. And I don't think that was a catchable ball anyways. I mean, it's a moot point, but I don't think it was catchable. And it just sucks because that was 3rd and 8. What was going to happen was they were going to kick a field goal. There was going to be 1:50 left on the clock, 2 timeouts for the Eagles, and we were going to get to see potentially overtime in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Potentially
game-winning drive. Even
Jalen Hurts, this young quarterback who people doubted on the biggest stage, the brightest lights. Was he going to be able to get his team into field goal range, take a game-winning touchdown? There was plenty of options there where it was just like wah. It all got taken away by that call.
Yeah.
Which
it was a disappointing ending.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah. It just kind of sucked to have 58 minutes of what was an entertaining game, close, what you want, especially when your team's not in it.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, we get to watch, this hopefully a great ending here. And there's nothing better than that 2-minute drive, with everything on the line.
Yep.
you just hate
hanging
to
on
have
every
that.
play. Exactly.
Yeah, you just hate to have that moment stripped away because of what looked like a pretty soft penalty, honestly. And I don't have a dog in the fight.
Yeah, he lost a buck.
No, I didn't even care about that.
I knew they were going to win.
I don't care about the buck, but I did care about having
the integrity
a
of the game.
Yeah, or having a good, exciting. It could have been a classic ending. Instead, it just kind of fell flat, where you had a great game, and then the refs decided to make this call, which essentially ended it. So, I don't know. I'm sure Chiefs fans are thrilled with that. They thought that was absolutely the right call.
Yeah.
Eagles fans are horrified, and I'm somewhere in between. Like, no, I get it, but would have been nice not to be discussing the refs at all. Like, they went 58 minutes where you really weren't going to discuss them at all.
I mean, there was some missed calls early on.
The fumble
were
return for a touchdown. I think that was a catch.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It was definitely a catch. We can get into that. There was a missed, just early, but little things that set the tone. There was a hold. Either holding or pass interference on a little crossing route that would have been a first down, but it killed a drive for Kansas City. They didn't throw the flag.
Yeah.
Definitely a penalty there, but didn't get called. So, I mean, you can look at it that way and be like, they were getting fucked. Maybe these are makeup calls late in the game because of it. Who knows? I don't know.
No, and I know that, and the coaches are smart.
They're drilling them all game.
Well, Sirianni's already come out like, hey, they love to do this, point to one play that affected the outcome of the game, when in reality you could point to this play, that play, which is true. But it's all, two things can be true at once. It's also true that fucking call at that moment changed for certain the outcome of that game.
Yeah.
It just did.
Yeah. Well, not for certain, but
it for sure did. I mean,
it didn't change. It didn't change it for certain, because they could have made the field goal, and that could have been the final score of the game.
Yeah. But you would have had that chance. Whether the Eagles did anything with it or not is we'll never know.
Right.
But it definitely changed it from like, okay, they held on third down. Now they're going to kick the field goal. They could miss it, whatever.
Yeah, it already missed one.
Yeah. But the Eagles were going to get that shot at getting the ball, and then who knows what happens. And that part is the part that was like, oh, come on. Yeah. Really?
We deserved better.
It was a great Super Bowl. And one thing that, of course, divides the nation, we get into the national anthems, the coin toss. So I guess the Chiefs broke that streak of winning the coin toss and then losing the game.
Oh, all right.
I think it was 9 straight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where the team that won the coin toss lost the game. And so the Chiefs won the coin toss, deferred.
Yeah.
And then ended up winning the game. The Black National Anthem.
Lift Every Voice?
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course, you know it.
Of course.
Yeah. That was performed before the Super Bowl for the third time in a row, causing some outrage on social media. Cheryl Lee Ralph performed the anthem on Sunday night. The song became the unofficial Black National Anthem when it was adopted by the NAACP back in 1917. Performances have been criticized for dividing instead of unifying the country. Others argue that singing the anthem is a positive gesture that acknowledges the suffering of Black Americans, a step towards healing the country's racial division. Yeah, that's happening.
Yeah, it is.
We're making serious strides.
Yeah.
I mean, you can feel it. Thank God for the Black National Anthem, because I feel like, it's doing its job of really bringing the country together.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There's a third song they sang in there for something. I can't remember what it was, too.
Did they do America the Beautiful? Or?
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
And then before the national anthem, yeah.
Yeah. The song was sung before Super Bowl 50 and 51. It was performed by Alicia Keys in 21 and Mary Mary in 22. However...
Why is she bugging?
Huh?
Why is she bugging?
I don't know. It's a good question.
It is a good question.
Mary, Mary, why you bugging? Ralph was the first person to have sung the song on the actual field. Yeah, they tried to just usually do it like pre-recorded before the game somewhere and be like, we'll throw it in there.
Yeah,
but,
from the stage outside the stadium.
Yeah, that bullshit thing.
Like side stage.
We sort of care about this, but not enough to have it a part of our actual game.
We're going to sing it. We're not going to broadcast it.
It was originally a poem written by James Weldon Johnson, former NAACP leader. Its lyrics describe the struggles and aspirations of black Americans. NFL began playing it before NFL games in the 2020 season. Of course, going with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. Lauren Boebert, who always gets good treatment from people on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. Fan
She
favorite.
said, America only has one national anthem.
She's right. I mean,
Yeah. Luke Zaleski, legal affairs editor for Condé Nast, accused the politician of hypocrisy. The gaslighting is the fact that she's using the concept of unity to divide. She's doing what she's accusing the NFL of. It's a fake grievance contrived to irk and produce the effect of further fracturing society. Another noted, not only is it Black History Month, but it's also the first time two black quarterbacks have faced each other in Super Bowl history. Well, Mahomes, half.
yeah.
I know they give him full credit for
We
being
got
black.
1.5 in there. Yeah.
Yeah, 1.5. Why do they do that? Try to steal all the 100% of that. It's like his mom's white, period. Full white. His dad was a pro baseball player and started banging a hot white chick. I mean, it's
Pretty much how
perfect
that
course.
goes. Yeah, right.
We've seen how many countless times have we seen that?
All of them.
All of them, right? Very, very few take their black queen on once they hit
Once
that
the
level.
contracts hit.
Yeah, once the contract's hit, it's like, all right, time to trade up to some white bitch,
Yep.
which they do quite frequently, including Pat Mahomes' dad. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Just saying.
There's definitely a pattern there.
Yeah. So there were 1.5
Sure
black
what that is,
quarterbacks.
but
You know, if Doug Williams had been going against Jalen Hurts.
oh, he was black enough to cover both of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this song they claim is meaningful to African Americans. Get over yourself and your ridiculous white grievances. If you don't like it, don't watch. Simple. Brian Krasentine attacked those who objected. If you have a problem with the black national anthem, then you are one of the reasons it's being sung. All right?
Well, can we have an Asian national anthem next?
Yeah.
Can we have a Latin American national anthem next?
Right.
How about the Indigenous Peoples national anthem?
Yeah.
I mean, they're the fucking originals. They're the OGs.
Yeah, true.
So, what are we doing here?
I don't know. I think what they're going for is separate, but equal,
Yeah, but
right?
yeah,
Separate but equal. And I don't know where this ends. Maybe they want separate drinking fountains and separate seating on a bus. You know, separate spots where you can eat in a restaurant. You know, maybe that's where we're going here.
all in the same bus and on the same restaurant, but just separate.
Separate, but very important that it's equal. Separate but equal.
Yeah,
And so it's
didn't they do that with like graduation ceremonies or some shit? Isn't that what that was?
Dorm rooms.
Oh, fuck.
Starting to do that shit where it's like, okay, I see where you're going.
Yeah,
You know, you can't have, what you can't have is, say we end up going down the road where this appears to be leading and we have separate drinking fountains, just, you know, for argument's sake.
I mean that would never be a thing, but
No, obviously. But if they did, then it's like, okay, white's only fountain, black's only fountain. If you did that, what you couldn't do is have, you know, clean spring water coming out of the fucking white's only fountain and then have filthy sewage water coming out of the black's only.
Right.
It's if we're going to separate, we've got to be equal.
fair. Yeah,
Yeah, so that's what I would say. And, you know, the black national anthem. And then, so does that mean the regular national anthem is just a white national anthem?
Apparently, I mean, does everybody else just get? That's my question. Does everybody else just get lumped into that?
It doesn't seem fair.
I don't know.
I like where you're going with that, though. I think we should have an Asian national anthem.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I asked you that question yesterday. If there are black people in French, are they African French people? Or, you know,
No,
is
we've
it-
African American. Isn't that hilarious?
Yeah.
No, it's like we've just taken that to like black people, but it's like, yeah, there's black people in Canada. They're African Canadians.
Are they right now?
What are they?
come on.
African French?
Let's get over it.
African Africans?
People are people, so why should it be?
You and I should get along so
awfully. Boom, boom, boom.
Who did that song?
I don't fucking know. UB40.
Was
No,
it?
I doubt
Dude, it could have been.
Sounds about right, but
Could have been.
something like that. One of those things.
Laverne Spicer, who ran as, I don't know who that is, but apparently ran as a Republican candidate for election to the House of Florida last year.
Is that Spicy's spouse? Perhaps. Is that part of the Spicy household? Was the old
Laverne Spicer?
Yeah, it wasn't what was the guy?
Sean?
Sean Spicer, yeah.
Yeah,
Would that be
probably.
Is that his bitch?
Yeah, maybe.
We'll go with that.
Sure.
Why not?
Sure. She went on to say, the Black National Anthem is the Star-Spangled Banner. The White National Anthem is the Star-Spangled Banner. The mixed national anthem is the Star-Spangled Banner.
Yeah.
Now, I can understand why a lot of people would feel that way.
Well, I mean,
but if we're going to keep separating things,
exactly. I don't know which side of the fence you're on this, but we are. This is a nation, and that's our anthem.
Yeah.
But, get on it. Get on board. Get on the bus.
Do you think? Does it bother you that they play the Black National Anthem? Because it seems, and I know I can get rather heated over these topics at times. It feels very divisive.
I
That's
agree with
what
that.
it feels like. It doesn't feel like a win for anybody.
No, I don't think so. It doesn't bother me because I just don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
And I see what they're doing.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's not fooling anybody. And the irony is that by saying that, it makes it sound like it's like I have something against blacks or that they don't deserve a national anthem or something like that. It's so disingenuous. It's fucking fraudulent and comical.
Right.
Is the real situation there.
Yeah.
But hey, whatever. You want divide? You want separate but equal? We'll see how this thing plays out.
Yeah.
Let's see. But
I don't think
I'm
going to
go.
like it.
I would just rather have inclusivity.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. By setting all these, barricades up and these dividers, and that's all you're doing. It's intentional.
Yeah.
And it
And
seems worse now than it has been.
I don't buy their altruistic, I don't think it's altruistic. I don't buy that they're like, hey, we're just I don't know. I don't believe it. It feels panderous. I don't know if black people buy it. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
It seems like race baiters love this shit.
maybe. And black people are like, fine, fuck yeah, something that's ours. Fine, good, cool. But, and then you got like the Brittany Griners that, you say shouldn't even play the national anthem because it spews hate and of what it represents.
Right.
So then maybe that's sort of the path of how this came to be. But the reality is that's all you're doing is creating a divide.
Yeah. Yeah.
And very, very intentionally. You under the guise of that you're doing something to support.
Right.
But you're really not.
By saying this is the Black National Anthem,
Right.
by saying that alone,
Yes.
almost feels like, hey, Whitey, fuck off.
Yeah.
This isn't for you.
Yeah, go have a smoke. We got this for a minute.
Exactly. And that's how it feels, which is why it feels so divisive.
Yeah.
Is because of that fact where it's almost like by plastering that up there and saying, oh, the Black National Anthem, it's like, oh, am I supposed to leave the room now?
Are black people allowed to sing the Star Spangled Banner anymore? I mean, they got the Chris Stapleton to do it, so maybe that's the new thing. Maybe the black people are going to sing "Lift Every Voice," and only white people are going to sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah, maybe.
That could be where we're going.
Yeah. I just don't believe them.
That's fine. It's going to shorten up the Star Spangled Banner. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's just, okay, what's next? Because this will go nowhere. This won't do anything. You're not changing hearts and minds. You're not.
Right.
You're not bringing people together.
What is the goal? Is that you think that this is enlightening? This is
exactly.
It's not.
It's not.
And so what is every other race out there going? What the fuck about us?
Yeah.
Where's my national anthem? Where's mine?
Makes sense.
Can we have La Bamba as the national anthem for?
Do we have a queer
Latinx?
national anthem?
That's coming.
Yeah.
That's probably coming
It's
before any other
probably,
race.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. So sexy it hurts. I mean, we need a trans national anthem. We need a Jewish national anthem. We need a black. Well, we got the black
We got
one.
the black one, yeah.
You could. It's never ending.
No.
It's never ending. And if you think that this is like, this is part of the healing process for this country's 400-year-old history and things that were wrongs that we're righting now. You're not righting those wrongs. I think it's fraudulent that anyone would say that.
Absolutely.
And even having the discussion makes us monsters. But I'm telling you, it doesn't feel inclusive. It doesn't feel. I have no problem with black people, Indian people, brown people of any level. Of course, no, not at all. But that being played feels like a nanner, fuck you. You know, like, what are you going to do about it?
Basically,
it's like,
not
all
a
right,
thing. You're going to shut the
sit
fuck
here
up
and eat shit, I guess.
I will
pretend like this is important.
For the record, when that was coming on yesterday, I paused it right before it started.
Yeah.
Gave it about 5 minutes so that I was sure I could just blow all the way through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make you racist, though?
Probably.
If you refuse to watch the Black National
Just
Anthem.
choose not to. That's fine.
Yeah.
I didn't come running in to watch the white national anthem either.
Yeah.
But
boy, Sirianni was sobbing at that son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
He really got work. I didn't see any black people crying during the Black Anthem. But
I didn't show anybody. Well, they were all still in the locker room.
yeah.
Hey, the crew at Zott Ford and Holly is jonesing to help you get a brand new Ford, all while delivering exceptional deals and a world-class experience. Right now, you can lease a new loaded Ford F-150 Super Crew XLT 4x4 as long as $292 a month for 24 months. Or a new jammed-up 22 Explorer XLT as low as $333 a month for 24 months. Plus, if you tell your friends at Zott Ford, they're going to kick in $500 worth of accessories at no additional charge with that F-150. Zott Ford is still paying over $2,000 for your appraised value and lease or buy a new Escape, Edge, or Explorer, but only if you know the name of of Eric Fady's favorite furry little critter. Finally, Gabar and the team are still going nuts and offering 0% financing. That is absolutely insane on lots of new in-stock vehicles. So go check out their voluptuous inventory and dazzling deals at dealsinthed.com.
Very good. You want to see a video of a Eagles fan going berserk after the field goal was made? I would say, so the score's tied 35-35. Harrison Butker he's the kicker,
He's
right?
the kicker for Kansas City.
Kansas City. He's about to hit this, nothing 27-yard field goal.
Yep, chip shot.
Yep. And then the pain appeared to hit one fan particularly hard as his rage led him to smashing his television.
Oh, boy. Oh, can't wait to see this clown.
Shall we? Eagles fan wasn't having it.
Let's see. Let's get that on there first. Eagles fan wasn't having it. I got to wait till I do it and then open it up, right?
Close his beer.
Wow. I gotta see that again.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I'm declaring fake.
Well, you know what? I have a theory on this.
Okay. These are happening quite frequently now.
Well,
I'm seeing these videos like the Bills lost to the Bengals, was it? Earlier in the postseason? That was who the Bengals beat, right? The Bills?
yes.
Stopped them. Same thing. Bills fan loses his shit, smashes his TV like that.
Yeah.
One guy pulled a gun out and was shooting his TV.
Okay. Well, the only thing I was going to say about that is that guy looks familiar from, like, I thought I saw a video. Oh, no, you know what? I take it back because that guy was a Cowboys fan, so this can't be it. But this looked like a very similar setup to a video I saw when the Cowboys lost or something.
And the guy smashed his TV.
No, he didn't smash his TV, but he's sitting there all pissed off, and his girlfriend's like kind of like, ribbing him a little bit. Like, come on, take it easy. It's a fucking game,
Yeah.
And he's like, I said don't fucking talk to me, after the game. She's like,
fuck
okay.
her, by the way. She is in the wrong here.
Right. And so finally he's like, get the fuck out. No, we're fucking done. Get the fuck out of my house. She's like, you're kidding. He's like, no, get the fuck out.
For good?
Broke up. Like, that's it. You're done.
Yeah.
But again, was that a setup? I don't know. It almost looks like the same guy. Not, I gotta be careful how I say that, but
this guy apparently is he's an Instagram comedian.
okay.
So immediately
Oh yeah.
I go, okay, this is a stunt for Instagram.
Right.
If you look back at the video, and I watched it a few times, who has the energy saver sticker in the corner bottom left of their TV? That's what that is, right?
Oh, I don't even. Oh, it's still on there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And this TV apparently hanging on the wall
is not. Yeah.
Is not hanging on the wall.
It was just sitting on the mantle.
It's just leaning on the mantle.
That's
right?
correct. With it has a mount on the back.
Yes.
But is not actually attached. Now, I'm not going to say that can't happen.
Yeah.
You know, so certain kinds of engineering, but the there's definitely something. I don't know, man. Yeah, the fact that this is going, this was probably you know, some fucking $200 Walmart TV that he just went and bought, stuck up on there that he could do this to, or put it back in the box, try and return it, and say it's broken, it doesn't work.
Let's go back. Let's watch this again, T. Tell me if the people.
See,
I was
looking at the reactions, and you know, that's where I was trying to gauge my opinion from. Is how genuine everybody's reaction really is here. You know.
Yeah. Let's watch it again, Dick.
Yeah.
Because I haven't paid attention to them yet.
Let me.
But if these are all just buddies in on the joke, because I don't believe this.
Yeah.
It's too easy to pull this prank off. This would be impressive back when flat screen TVs were $8,000.
Exactly.
But they're $150
Yeah,
now.
you can buy. I mean, whatever.
It's nothing.
Nothing. Exactly.
They're nothing.
And the views and the shit you're gonna get, you know, whatever.
Yeah. And once you see one person do it and it goes viral,
exactly.
all these clowns believe.
All right, look, I mean, he's got almost 500,000 likes on this thing in 7 hours.
Right.
So, I mean, that's the best $200 you're ever going to spend.
Yep.
But that's what I was trying to gauge was everybody's reaction around, you know, but you can't really see. So let's do it with some sound this time.
Okay.
Where in the hell is this thing at?
Yeah, the mouse sucks, dude.
I don't know. What's going on? There it goes. Where the fuck is it? There it is. All right.
Let this cue back up or something.
Yeah.
Why would someone be filming this, by the way?
Well, that's the other question, too, is why. But, I mean, I guess, you know.
So he's got a beer in his hand.
Knowing that this is.
I don't even.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't buy it.
It's probably staged on some level.
Yeah.
But yeah, and more than anything else is the bullshit about the fucking. But it's the mount that's on the back of the TV that's not mounted to the wall for me. That it's just sitting on the mantle. If that's what you're going to do, you'd either leave the base on it or not put the separate wall mount onto the TV.
Yeah. But there's no.
But who knows? Maybe that's a TV from another room that they brought out and set out there. You know, who knows what's going on with that?
Could absolutely be it. They took a TV.
Yeah, the big TV was in the other room. They put it in there so they could see it. They instead of mounting it, they just set it. But who knows?
Yeah. So, which would make sense because there's not a
plug or anything there. Look, they got an extension cord running up to it. You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say 100%. I'm going to lean towards stage. It just works out better that way.
Yeah.
But
I've just seen too many of these.
Yeah. We're cynical.
Yeah, true. Plus I see Instagram comedian with a following. You're like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
It's very convenient. Works out well.
One thing that people debated for years whether or not it was staged, Janet Jackson's titty.
Oh, yeah. Well, if it wasn't staged, then why you got the fucking pasty on there?
Yeah.
Pasty on there.
You think she had nice titties?
I bet she had some decent titties in the day.
I mean, you could see in that picture there. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on. But
yeah, I mean, because it's hard to tell a nice titty when it's like squeezed out the side too.
Yeah.
You know, you need to really get full access to see how they hang, get full shape. Nipple definition, ratio, tone, all that stuff, texture. There's a lot of variables that go into it.
I keep wanting to pinch it and zoom in a little more.
Yeah. Well, I just want to pinch it.
Yeah.
Just to pinch it.
There's no doubt she got way more shit than Justin Timberlake did.
Yes.
Over that incident.
Well, it was her titty.
Yeah.
So.
But it's like Tommy Lee and Pam Anderson.
Yeah.
And how much shit she took, like, what a whore, blah, blah, blah. But he was, like, high-fived by everybody.
Yeah, right.
For pulling his big dick out and honking the horn of the boat and all that shit. Like, he was like, honey, it'll blow over. What's the big deal? She's like, yeah, everyone thinks I'm a fucking two-bit slut, and you're a rock star. Of course they don't care if you're nude.
Yep.
You know, same kind of thing.
A little bit of a double standard. Sure.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, she was apparently supposed to get an award at the Grammys the other day.
Okay.
Now the Grammys are on
Lifetime
CBS.
Achievement Award?
I don't know what she was accepting it for. They don't say, but they were trying to work something out where she would be given this award during the broadcast. And she was like, yeah, but you've never apologized to me for the way you treated me at CBS after my titty fell out during that game. And they were like, all right, go fuck yourself. No award for you. Nanner.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I'm sure she's crushed, by the way.
Yes. So while it was Timberlake who ripped the top, Jackson was blamed for the incident by CBS, and they've never apologized in the past 19 years. That did not sit well with Janet Jackson, with her team.
Hey,
and the
it's Miss Jackson if you're nasty.
Yeah, that's true. The Academy and them trying to find a way for CBS to either apologize to Jackson or acknowledge how they treated her in the aftermath of the, quote, wardrobe malfunction. Ultimately, talks proved to be too complicated, and Jackson didn't even receive the award. There was a Hulu documentary about this. I didn't know that. 2021.
Okay.
Entitled Malfunction, the dressing down of Janet Jackson, where it was revealed that CBS head Les Moonves wanted an in-person apology from Jackson, but she refused. Good for her. Timberlake, on the other hand, did apologize. Documentary alleges that Moonves was furious that she refused to apologize, even contends that he actively worked to try and destroy her career.
Well, somebody spits in your coffee like that.
Yeah.
That's your baby.
Yeah, boy, oh boy, these guys are kind of babies, though. The Les Moonveses, the Harvey Weinsteins, these, like, all-powerful, like, heads of, these giant media conglomerates or whatever. They
fucking egomaniacs.
Totally.
You'll never work in this town again.
Exactly. And they used to have some sort of pull to pull that off.
Yep.
Sure. They could literally make or break careers.
Yeah,
but...
it used to be a good old boys club like that.
Yeah.
Not quite like that anymore.
Not quite.
Not quite the same.
All right, we spent enough time on the Super Bowl and people related to it. The mullet streaker.
I mean,
God bless.
This is the shit of legends.
Yeah.
I mean, this is probably the greatest of all time.
You think so?
Tell me a better one. I mean,
look, what is the definition of streaking?
Well, I mean, streaking is stripping down and running across the event or whatever it is, whether across the field, whatever it is. And it's become, it used to be a gimmick in a way, and now it's become marketing. They got a .com written on them or something. It's a scheme. People have gotten away. They don't televise it anymore because they don't want to promote it. Yeah. So you generally don't see it.
But everybody's got a.
But everybody's got cell phones now. Exactly right. So there's 50,000. How many people were sitting around this 16th hole? There's 50,000 people recording this thing.
Right. Which, to me, I've gotten to the point where, that's cute. There was a streaker, but in my opinion,
you're supposed to be naked.
Streaker goes naked.
Yeah.
And which raises the stakes on all these things. Because now you're looking at indecent exposure.
Exactly. That's another charge.
Oh yeah.
This becomes whatever charge this is.
Yeah.
Trespassing, criminal mischief, whatever.
But get out there. But if you're gonna go for it,
yeah.
Like until then, like you being lightly clothed and running around, like, okay. He had 19th hole with an arrow pointing to his asshole. Yep. We've seen that gag before.
Yeah, that's all.
That's not new.
It's one of my favorite pictures of all time is fucking Daly standing on the 18th hole, hugging his wife. It was the Masters, I think, when he won it.
Yeah.
And that guy did it. And there's that guy running away with the 19th hole, pointing to his ass, and a cop chasing him like in the background.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
Great. It's beautiful. I love that. I just
think that might be surpassed by the fucking aerial shot of this guy standing on the WM.
Yeah. And now the video I pulled is just kind of a 30-second thing. It doesn't have him doing what, in my opinion, may be the greatest belly flop ever.
Yeah.
And there are still images of him
in
full.
I paused it myself.
Dude,
and was going frame by frame.
Fantastic. Like high-def pics of him.
Absolutely.
Now, I just personally think this. Okay, so what we're talking about, if you don't know, is the Waste Management golf tournament that takes place in Phoenix every year. This is the famous one, 16th hole, where they've got bleachers. It's almost like an encased little stadium. And they get drunk as shit, and they heckle, and they cheer. It's the rowdiest hole in America, for sure. Rowdiest golf hole in the world.
No doubt. Absolutely no doubt.
We got a hole-in-one on it last year, and the place went ballistic. We were playing videos of everyone chucking their beers. And nobody gets in trouble for that. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no problem with a streaker here, but I think this would have been so much funnier with his dong flopping around.
Yeah, well, right. And I mean, it's while you're technically doing the streaking, now you're crossing the line because of being, the kids there and things like that you got to be, at that point it kind of goes from being cheeky and fun to, offensive.
Yeah, and you're on a registry somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And now you're telling your neighbors when you move in for the rest of your life.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you can't live within fucking 500 yards of a school.
Right?
Yeah. All right, should we watch him?
I have a, how's this one? Because I got a different one right here that's the minute and a half. I think it pieces it all together.
Yeah. Play that one.
All right, let's go to that one.
Streaker 16th hole. All right.
Up over here. Okay. Yeah, I think this is the one I watched the other day, and I think it pieces it all together.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah. Oh.
He's not in line.
He runs out. It's not the best video, but it shows more. So the guy runs out to the green, does a little like stripper pole dance on the flag. Now he's taking a lap around the green, flapping his arms. Nobody's doing shit, and now somebody comes out after him.
Great move.
And he hits it, and he hits another right here. Watch, another gear gone. He gones. Now if you don't know, this hole is built like a stadium, full 360 stands around this par 3.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And so there's one place to go out. That's it. There's a tunnel that shoots out underneath the stands that takes you over to the 17th tee box.
Yeah.
So now how nobody was standing there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To just stop him there, that they're chasing him, is comical.
Yeah.
Now I heard there's at one point he tried to get like into the stands. He was going to try and disappear into the crowd.
Yeah, I heard that too.
But there's no video of that, or at least I haven't seen it. But then he ends up going across onto 17. And now this is a par 4, I think. Par 4, par 5. And he's run the entire length of this hole now from the tee box where he popped out to now he's up by the green.
Impressive.
And there's a giant lake that goes around the 17th green and along 18.
Yeah.
And they have the big WM logo
for Waste Management
floating out in the middle of this lake.
Yeah.
The people do you see the umbrellas and for the in different golf certain things. So that's out in the middle of this giant lake. But here he comes with this belly flop,
which is 5-star, by the way.
Yeah. So there, bang.
I mean,
that's a great pause. And that is full extension. That's no hesitation.
Dude, how fast would you frame that in your house? Like if that was you?
That's still not even the best part. To me, that's still not even the best part. So he goes run. They're chasing him. He runs. He dives.
But he doesn't bail on that at all. Like, it's hard.
For the belly flop? Oh, he sells out. At this point, you're all in, dude.
I know, but most people still count last second. No, this dog ate it.
Oh, yeah. So, now he's in like 3 feet of water because he stands up immediately.
Yeah.
But now he's, 3 feet from the shore where he just belly flopped at that 19th green.
That water's disgusting,
too. And, now there's cops and shit standing there waiting for him. So, what are you going to do? Well,
they're not coming in. So
they're not, right? Yeah. Like, nope, I'm not going. So look at so he swims out. So this pieces all these different videos together.
Yeah, great.
So he's swimming across the lake to try and get away. He's like, what am I going to do? And then right here he makes a turn, makes this executive decision to go over to the WM.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, when you think about how long this must have been going on.
Yeah.
I mean, this is probably 10-plus minutes. He goes, gets up, climbs up onto this thing.
It's got to be slippery as shit.
And
He's
now,
trying to get up on it.
And now, I mean, there's nobody anywhere near him. They don't have a boat there. Oh, all right.
Oh, they're making us watch a commercial?
Oh, that we weren't through that?
Oh, I don't know. Were we?
I don't know. I didn't
Skip
look.
ad. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, this fucking mouse. Let's see. Nope.
Oh,
Right, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, so he stood up on the...
Yeah, he stands. I'm going to find that picture
Yeah.
just real quick because that's my favorite part of it all.
Yeah.
Is that fucking picture is just so iconic.
It's great.
So, have they said what his punishment was for this yet?
No.
No.
Probably just a fine, right?
Yeah, that's about all you get.
He was charged with... Let's see if it says.
So, yeah, what am I do?
He was cuffed.
So let me put this up just for.
It's got to be some sort of disorderly conduct or trespassing. Okay, yeah, disorderly conduct and trespassing. His name is Sean McConnell. He's 27.
Okay.
And he was charged with trespassing, disorderly, and failure to obey orders from a law enforcement officer.
No, tell me he didn't.
The Arizona police said in a statement, he eventually complied and swam to the 18th hole where he was placed under arrest. He was never in physical distress while in the water. He was never naked.
Yeah, I think they finally got to the point where they were like, all right, dude, here's the deal.
Yeah.
Enough's enough. We get it.
Yeah.
If you don't come in right now, we're going to fucking bury you.
Yeah.
I think that's basically what it came down to. But so here's a couple of the things. First of all, his mugshot. Look at him. Like, womp, womp.
Yeah.
This guy. But this, to me, is spectacular. I mean, if you're going to frame something, God damn it. If you're going to frame something, it's going to be that.
Yeah, him standing on the M and the WM.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come on, why is it always this shit?
What's it doing?
I don't know, it keeps opening a fucking link for something.
Oh, Outkick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably where that picture is.
Maybe.
It's on the Outkicks.
Anyway,
Yeah.
but this picture right here of him standing on that.
I'll be more impressed with these things when the next guy goes nude.
When he's actually naked
Yeah,
doing it.
next girl, at least topless,
Right.
Have your dong flying around, and then it's like, okay, now you got some skin in the game.
There we go.
They're gonna give this guy $100 fine and send him on his way.
I mean, that's the picture you frame right there. Look at
That and the fucking.
I mean, the belly flop's
belly
good.
flop's
Yeah,
amazing.
I mean, you could do a whole progression, between the little stripper dance with the flagpole, maybe the juke on the security guy.
Sure.
There's a lot of, it's a pretty good highlight reel. If you're going to put some tape together, it's not bad. Better than most.
Yeah. So who ended up winning that tournament?
Scotty Scheffler.
There you go. Yeah, it's a fun one. That's a fun tournament. You don't even have to be a huge golf fan.
No, it's a completely
watch that
different
one.
beast. Yeah. Well, like I said, we had actually talked about going out there because your brother's out there has some access. But
he's got access to that 16th hole, a suite right there, and we will do that. Yeah. This year it was like the Super Bowl on the same day, same weekend. Made it just a fucking nightmare.
What's funny is I months ago I looked at flights. I was like, all right, what if I go in flying on a Wednesday, come back out on Monday or something like that?
Yeah.
And looked at it. I was like, man, it's fucking round trip nonstop was like $350 or something. I was like, I'm about to book this shit right now.
Yeah.
And then I realized it was the week prior.
Oh,
I was like, I looked it up. I'm like, what day is the Super Bowl?
$9,000.
Yeah. And it was like, that's an $850 flight now.
Yeah.
Amazing how that works.
Yeah, of course. But we definitely will. G goes all the time.
Yeah.
To that thing.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, it was just chaos out there for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
But insurance, we all need it. Most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who even provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasick from Wasick Insurance Services change all that. Brent has over 30 years in the business and offers all types of insurance coverage: auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. You can call Brent Wasick at 734-455-1900 and get a free no-obligation quote today. Again, that's 734-455-1900. And that's for Brent Wasick, Wasick Insurance.
The New Mexico State men's basketball team.
Wait. New Mexico State or like
Yeah.
not the old Mexico State?
No, New Mexico State.
Okay.
So it's an international story.
All right, obviously. Yeah.
But nonetheless,
I was thinking it was the old Mexico State.
no.
All right.
New Mexico State. And you're a huge fan of New Mexico State's basketball team.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah. That one guy that's awesome, and that other guy. Great.
I'm trying to think of the fucking New Mexico State. I feel like I know their
Mascot?
yeah. They're the Lobos.
Maybe. Maybe. New Mexico State.
Well, I'm gonna look it up.
So they've called off the rest of their season.
Oh no.
Yeah, a police report was released accusing players of ganging up on a teammate. I never understand these. They always go a little too gay.
Oh no, it's the Aggies.
Oh yeah, I did hear that.
Oh, perhaps they're the faggies.
Yeah. Includes allegations of false imprisonment, harassment, and criminal sexual conduct.
Who got the broomstick in the butthole?
Yeah, right? Isn't that always the way? It's time for this program to reset, Chancellor Dan Arvizu said. The shutdown was in response to a report filed to campus police on Friday by a player against 3 of his teammates. According to the report, the victim said on February 6th, his teammates held him down, removed his clothing, exposing his buttocks,
Yeah.
and then began to slap
Fucked him and shoved a big cock in his ass. Is that what they did?
3 of them.
Holy cow.
No, they started spanking his bare buttocks, paddled his bare buttocks,
And then what?
and then they touched his scrotum, fondled his bag a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think they jammed anything in his asshole, or
No.
at least he's not saying
I
that,
don't even know how to haze anymore.
right?
Fuck.
Yeah,
Pussies.
finger, at least a finger, boop, boop,
Beep boop.
beep, boop, right there. The victim
Are
said
you part of the team or not?
the victim said other incidents involving inappropriate physical and sexual touching had been occurring in locker rooms and on road trips since last summer. So what does that mean? They held you down and blew you? We've seen that gang initiation
Well,
one.
sure, man, right?
Seems a little odd.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Hold him. I'm going to suck his dick.
Yeah, we'll show everyone what a fag he is. Hold him down. Let's all suck his dick. Everyone's like, yeah, what? Wait, what?
I think you got that backwards.
It's my favorite one of all.
Oh, yeah.
The fucking gang initiation. where
Right.
they're like, yeah, let's kick his ass. And everyone's like, yeah, let's fucking give him a wedgie. Yeah, let's hold him down and suck his dick. Yeah, wait, what? Yeah, everyone's going to know what a fag is. He got blown by a bunch of dudes.
I don't even know.
Okay.
I don't know any of these schools. I mean, I know a lot of schools.
Yeah,
I've heard of a lot of colleges.
yeah.
I don't know a single one that they're playing here.
What?
Tarleton State,
Sure.
ACU, whichever they are,
Atlantic.
Abilene Christian. Okay. So I do know Abilene. I've heard of it. Abilene Christian. But
Abilene Christian.
yeah, you're out of Texas.
I was thinking of Aberdeen, Washington.
Nope. Grand Canyon. I've heard, but I thought that was like a fucking online university thing. One of those.
University of Phoenix.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. UTRGV.
UTRGVE?
UTRGV. University,
Retards.
basically.
Yeah.
And then they got ACU again and California Baptist. So look at they got Abilene Christian, California Baptist. Like,
Okay.
they don't want any part of that fucking butt play stuff.
No.
Like, yeah, we don't want to be on the court with these quarters. Cancel.
The victim told police he had no choice but to let it happen. It was a 3-on-1. So they're smacking his buttocks
Yeah.
and they're fondling his balls.
Yep.
Nothing he could do.
Then why'd you spread your legs?
Come and get it,
Why were you
fellas.
pushing back into it?
Yeah, what are you bucking back for?
Why are you arching?
Yeah. He said he had spoken this Arvizu character, who was he, the chancellor, said he had spoken with the commissioner of the Western Athletic Conference, which said it was reviewing how to treat the 6 New Mexico State games that will be wiped off the schedule.
Yeah, they're L's.
In regard to seeding for next month's conference tournament. Yeah,
Yeah, they're
6
L's.
losses.
You conceded.
You didn't play those games.
Yep, that's how I can tell you exactly how it's going to go.
Victim's a baller, though. He went to campus police, reported this possible assault, but then he did not want to press criminal charges.
Yeah. Well, then what'd you go fucking crying to the fucking cops for, you snitch?
You just got the season canceled, dickhead.
Yeah, congratulations.
What was the point of that?
Right? Maybe he was on the bench and he figured if he can get those 6 dudes fucking wiped off the squad, he's going to be starting.
Yeah. Yeah, all it took was a little love tap on the ass and scrote.
A little fucking bag fucking flick, and next thing you know, you're in the starting lineup.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. It's one way to get some playing time. Mm-hmm. But I don't know what's with all the gay stuff, man. Between fraternities.
Sounds like he got a little playing time.
Yeah, he did. He got a lot of playing time.
I mean, who doesn't like a slap on the ass and a little ball tickle? I mean, come on. What are we talking about here?
Against my will ball tickles, though? Like, everyone loves a ball tickle.
You know, that's he said, she said stuff.
Unless it's,
that's he said stuff.
Unless it's your fucking teammate. And then it's like, dude, didn't you fondle my balls last weekend? Yeah.
Just...
stories like this piss me off, man.
It's a unity building thing.
Yeah, well, it's gonna strip the program down, unfortunately.
Well,
and this isn't a straight hootie hoo.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. It's not a straight hootie hoo.
No,
you know we've seen that with coat hangers. Remember the coat hanger they jammed in the guy's ass and then they were kicking it.
Yep.
And it was going boing, boing, boing.
Yep.
That would suck, man.
Let's see. Do they have any of the names?
No.
None of them? Not even the guy that got his ball flicked?
No, he's anonymous.
Oh, man.
It's an anonymous ball flick
All right.
situation going on.
Hey, they have a forward named Dr. Bradley. If he's a doctor, does that change things?
Yeah, he was just giving you a turn and cough, right?
Exactly, right? Give me a little exam.
Is that really his name, Doctor?
Apparently, Doctor. I'm looking at their lineup right here. Deshaundre.
Yeah.
Washington. Yeah. There's Kim Aiken. Maybe there's a chick flicking his balls.
Yeah. He'd be aching for sure.
Uh-huh. Yeah. All right.
Oh, well. God, stories like this piss me off. I'm sorry. You know, you've got people in the world trying to do good, and they just can't be left the fuck alone, you know? So we've got a 44-year-old man in Georgia, a witch doctor.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Doing the Lord's work.
You know?
Yeah. Out there just healing people, man.
He was arrested for rape and false imprisonment after luring a woman into his apartment. Hey, she sought his services, man.
Okay. Well, he lured her in, but she came in looking for his services, eh?
Yeah.
Wasn't like outside, like, come inside.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does he have a bone in his nose?
I don't know. Not in his mugshot.
All right. I would not trust a fucking
witch doctor
without a bone in his nose.
Mm-hmm.
I got to believe you're fraudulent if you don't have a bone in your nose.
Well, that's for her to deal with then, or call him out on it.
Yeah.
He claims he's a witch doctor. He claims,
Then put a bone in your nose. Then no one will question you. If you have a bone in your nose and you say you're a witch doctor, no one will question you.
What if you got a bone in your hair?
You're
not as committed as the bone in the nose.
Yeah.
Well, Hassan Shalgin, he was arrested in Gwinnett County, around 20 miles northeast of Atlanta. Officers responded to the Berkeley Landing apartments on Peachtree Industrial Boulevard. The victim met with police outside his apartment and told them she had been raped by Shalgin. See, you know what? You went to his services. He offers a cleansing ritual, right?
Exactly.
He's a noted witch doctor.
Yeah.
He offers a cleansing ritual. And it's like, okay, great. Do your cleaning ritual on me.
Yep.
Which amounted to him banging her. Fucking her, essentially.
Yeah, I mean...
And then you cry foul? Rape afterwards?
Perhaps that was... I mean, if that's part of the process...
Yeah.
Are we going to squabble over how we got there? Do we know if it worked?
We don't.
See, that's the real, crux of the story, is whether or not it was successful.
Yeah, I would agree. A neighbor said they had seen multiple women going in and out of his apartment. Yeah. All looking for a cleansing ritual.
Yep.
What's the problem here? You know he's a witch doctor, right? So, what, you got a picture of him?
It's funny. I was looking for a picture of a witch doctor with a bone in his nose, and then I find one. I almost put it up. I realized it was fucking Obama. Somebody had made.
Let me see it. No, I gotta see it.
Oh man, hold on.
You can't say racists aren't funny sometimes.
Sometimes. I mean, I didn't do it. Like I said, I was scrolling through, and I'm like, oh, good, there's one. And then, Jesus,
oh,
that's
shit,
Obama.
that's Barack Hussein. Oh, boy. He does look like he'd fit in that culture, though, I will say. You know what I mean? Like, he looks comfortable, sitting crisscross applesauce style and everything.
Yeah.
So, the victim described the suspect as a witch doctor. So she even acknowledges he's a doctor of witchery, and initially went to his apartment to be cleansed during a ritual. After entering the apartment, she was forced to take off her clothes and banged, essentially.
Okay.
She sent him 2 online payments totaling $500 for his services as a witch doctor.
Before or after
I don't know.
bangings?
It just says she sent him $500. Well, so you came to his house, you've paid him 2 payments of $250 each.
That sounds like...
And then you're not the witch doctor. How do you know what the services are?
Sounds like probably a little prostitution.
Sounds like
Sounds
it.
like she paid for sex.
I just don't see the problem here. Police are now asking additional people that may have been targeted by
Ignorance is no
Shalgini to come
excuse.
forward.
If you don't inquire about the process,
Yeah.
then shame on you.
Yeah.
Fool me once.
Yeah, you can ask questions. There's nothing that says in your initial conversations you can't ask the question like, by the way, what is the cleansing ritual?
What does that entail?
Yeah. We splash a little water in your face and then give you a towel to wipe off. Okay. Or, oh, yeah, I'm sorry, ma'am. I thought it was pretty explained in our brochures. You're going to come in, strip your clothes off. I'm going to fuck you and then ask you to leave.
Yep, I'm going to fuck the demons right out of you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do.
That's what I'm an expert in. That's what my degree is in, as far as being a witch doctor.
Yeah, I'm world renowned.
I'm not a witch nurse. I'm a witch doctor. So that's my process. If you don't like it, well, keep hanging out with demons. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, you can leave and not take my dick, but you're not getting your money back, so you may as well take the deep dicking.
And you're not losing the fucking demon either.
Right.
Isn't that the whole point?
That's the whole point. Exactly.
Who are you to question my methods? It's bullshit.
Yeah, this is an age-old tradition.
Is it?
I don't know.
Oh, by him, yeah.
Of course.
Absolutely it is.
Been around a lot longer than you. We've been fucking demons out of people.
Yes. Did you pay attention at all over the weekend to the UFO taken down?
Which one, sir? There
There's
has
like
been
4.
Well, the weird thing is, so there was the balloon, right? Everybody knows the balloon. We talked about it. And they finally let it go all the way across the country and then shot it down.
Sure.
Once it got off the East Coast.
Yeah. And then Biden tried to act all badass and hard, like he really,
of course,
really took it to him.
They just told him about it.
Yeah.
But so there's been 3 more. One of them was here in Michigan. The other one was very close to here in Canada, and then I forget what the third one was. But the weird thing about this is there's no information about it. They're being very secretive about
is this like
of what it is. Like they're not more Chinese balloons,
right?
They're
It
saying
is weird, right?
They're saying it's not they're not more Chinese balloons.
Yeah,
they're saying they haven't come out to say what it is. Yes, like they don't know what it is. That's the weird part about this.
Senator Marco Rubio has claimed UFOs have been
little Marco.
Yeah, he's been that UFOs have been operating over restricted U.S. airspace for years. And we've seen a couple of these in the last few days over Canada and America. U.S. fighter jets shot down.
Although they don't call them UFOs anymore, don't they? What do they call it now?
Yeah.
It's like UFO. No, UFO is gone. It had a stigma to it.
Unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Yeah.
UAP.
Or UAP.
Yeah.
I can't believe I said F.
Yeah. That's all right. It happens.
That's the caramel kicking.
A U.S. fighter jet shot down an unidentified object over Lake Huron. Sounds like there's a bunch of them around our area. What's going on over here?
I know.
I don't like this shit.
Yeah.
Third such downing in 3 days. Fourth, if you include the Chinese spy balloon, which was shot down on February 4th. Rubio tweeted, the last 72 hours revealed to the public what was happening for years. Unidentified aircraft routinely operating over restricted U.S. airspace. This is why I pushed to take this seriously and created a permanent UAP.
Well, Marco, if you've known about this, why the fuck haven't you said anything?
Yeah, right.
You seem like you're so in the know.
Good question.
Then why are the public just finding out about it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's for our own protections, for our own safety. We can't handle the truth. Is that it?
Yeah, I know. And I don't feel like it's their place to, unless it's like you're elected.
It's never
officials.
their place.
No.
Let me figure it out.
Yeah. Can you not like you're the only one that gets to know what's going on? Fuck you.
Yeah. Ooh, cause a panic.
Yeah. Okay.
Fuck off.
I mean, unless it's some national security issue that you need.
Listen, you're not going to know about shit until they're all in the bunker.
Right.
And they're going to be like, oh, by the way,
good
get
luck.
down.
Yeah.
Shit's coming.
His comments came as the Pentagon refused to rule out the possibility that the UFOs shot out of the sky may not be of this world.
Yeah, like it's just weird the way this is being handled.
Yeah, agreed.
And I don't understand so the other thing too is that the standard UFOs that we've seen like are super fast and like doing all kinds of crazy, like these are just floating basically.
Yeah.
Like they were moving at the speed of the wind.
Yeah.
Is what they've been described.
Yeah. Which we had to tweak our radar systems, which they think might be responsible for why we're seeing more of these. Apparently, the way the radar systems are dialed in, unless it was going a certain speed, you wouldn't see it.
And there's something about it's a very small profile or something about it. One of the things said they didn't even know how it was staying. In the air.
They can't figure out the propulsion of it at all.
So, but my question is, it's not like it was a random spur of the moment, act that somebody was out flying and we're like, oh shit, bop, 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 and shot it down.
Yeah.
This was a coordinated effort to shoot it down.
Yeah.
Why the fuck don't you have a boat down there to catch it?
To clear, absolutely.
They're like, so they don't know where it is. It dropped into the water, and they're like, wow, we think it floated into Canadian waters now.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense. It's 20,000 feet above the ground. It's as big as a car. You telling me you can't tail it out to the area with binoculars?
Something? I mean,
like it fell there.
Yeah.
It fell right there.
Hey, Coast Guard, heads up. It's we're going to shoot it down at this point in these coordinates. It should be dropping right around here. You'd have about 9 boats there in a matter of moments, even in the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
There's plenty out there on the seas.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Helicopter up there. Hover right next to it.
Yeah.
Shoot it down and have the helicopter follow it
Keep
down.
an eye on it.
I got it. Still got eyes on it.
I don't get it. I just don't get it. And
especially if you're going to come out after the fact and say, we don't know. It might be extraterrestrial for all we know.
Right.
Okay, well, that seems like something we'd want to
get
a hold of.
So, I mean, we just blow the fucking thing up and then try and figure it out later? Was there nothing?
Seems
I'd like to see,
something's going on and
helicopter
someone's not telling
with
us.
one of those big nets. Throw it over.
There you go.
Trap it.
U.S. Air Force General Glenn Van Herk said intelligence services were exploring all avenues, including the notion the 3 most recent objects could be linked to extraterrestrials. I'll let the intel community figure that out. I haven't ruled out anything. At this point, we continue to assess every threat or potential threat unknown that approaches North America with an attempt to identify it. The object Sunday was described as an unmanned octagonal structure with potential surveillance capabilities and strings attached to it. An F-16 fighter jet shot it down from around 20,000 feet over the Great Lakes at 2:42 p.m. after 2 other crafts were destroyed over Alaska and Canada on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, Alaska was the other one.
Yeah.
That's right.
The UFO shot down over Alaska has not been recovered, though analytics said it was the size of a car. The one over Canada was shaped like a cylinder. Van Herk said, unlike the Chinese spy balloon, all 3 UFOs gunned down over the weekend were of similar size and speed. Since the Chinese balloon was found in late January, the U.S. adjusted their radar, like I mentioned. Van Herk said the Air Force is still unsure how they were staying aloft, as currently they have unknown propulsion systems. We're calling them objects, not balloons, for a reason.
Right. Yes. I mean, it's definitely different.
Yeah.
Now, whether these are all variations of the same type of thing, watch this be like some high school science project where they had to come up with something to see how, in Denmark somewhere, they let these balloons go to see how far they could go.
Yeah.
And they're still floating around the fucking world.
Oh, my God. Well, I want them to find this stuff and show us what the hell's in it.
Exactly. It's so negligent because it's just weird to me because none of it seemed to pose any sort of threat. You know, I mean, it's in, our airspace, unauthorized, whatever.
Yeah.
But it didn't seem armed. Wasn't weaponized. It didn't pose any imminent threat where it was like, shoot it down now or we're all fucking going to die.
Yeah.
So why? And I get shooting it down over the water, so whatever it is doesn't go down on land, onto somebody's house. Okay.
I'm willing to sacrifice one family.
But still.
Honestly,
it's
you know what I mean?
fair.
There's plenty of families out there.
Yeah, we can't coordinate
Get a
like,
new one.
hey, you know what? This is going to be about 1,000 acres of fucking farmland coming up here. Let's roll the dice that it doesn't hit the barn.
Yeah.
See what
and
happens.
If not, you can't go into the community and be like, hey, farmer, grab your daughter and beat it for an hour.
Yeah.
We got something that, I don't know, we suck. We might shoot it down right into your house.
Might happen.
We'll deal with that when it happens. Take a neighborhood. Like Breaking Bad, when the plane crashed and debris fell all over the neighborhood.
Yeah.
If you know you're going to shoot it down, warn that subdivision. Say, everybody bail.
Yeah.
This shit's going to land on one of your roofs.
Coming. Heads up.
Yeah. Us at the Pentagon will use our vast budget to redo your house for you.
Yeah, the mystery behind this is the questionable part of it. Like not knowing what it is, not being so almost flippant in shooting it down without any sort of plan to recover it.
Right.
Like they said, they watched the fucking Chinese balloon float all the way across the country.
Yeah.
And they waited till it got just offshore. Which, okay, like I said, fine, that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
But you better have fucking boats underneath there ready to recover it immediately.
Yeah. Maybe he just keeps the lie going, like, ooh, possible UFO. Like, no.
I don't think they want
that thing
lie
down.
I don't think they want that lie out there. I don't think they don't want people to.
Too many, sorry, it's too late. Too many
know.
pilots have come out going, dude, this thing buzzed my tower, okay, at 40,000 feet. It was the way it's flying is not anything, sort of technology we have any knowledge of. Like, there's too many of those guys that are blowing the whistle on that. Yeah. And
the stop, the start, the turning of it, is
going into the water
in a blink of an eye. We don't have that sort of technology. We have the propulsion that we have. It's just not possible.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that it's not something somewhere else. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to see more.
And maybe
I'm
this is all
by it.
I'm very intrigued by it.
Yeah.
And I wonder if these aren't all tests to see what they can get away with. What gets by, what gets by, what doesn't,
Yep.
Now I would think too that there's almost enough satellite footage, I would think, at this point of the world.
Yeah.
That you could go back and start like, no, here it is on this point in this day, and here it is on this point in this day, and backtrack it. We don't pick it up until it's over our airspace for our satellites or whatever, apparently, our radar system.
Start down in Baja. That's those guys that were hunting that shit initially with, is it Mark or Tom from Blink 182? But anyway, I saw a documentary about this, and the guy that was tasked with the U.S. government, secret thing, blah, blah, blah. He couldn't keep secret about it anymore. He's part of that team with Mark or Tom from Blink, and was saying that there's some spot over like Baja, California, going into Mexico where these things were all going into some fucking like cave, something or other, where so much was seen there. There's something going on at this.
Nobody's gone into the cave?
I don't know that it's a cave, but it like
wherever the fuck it is.
Yeah, but it's like disappearing down in this. Like if it's going into the water or what. But there's something, and it could be gravitational based on the Earth. That this is where their fucking home is. I don't know, but there's just like all kinds of documented reports of activity that they're seeing down in that area, that Mexico-California border.
Yeah.
And they even talked to some Mexican pilots, like prop planes and shit.
See, anytime there's something like
and
centralized like that,
all.
yeah. Every time I see something centralized like that, or in certain areas, it just makes me think spook, man. They're fucking
maybe
it's top secret government shit that they're working on. They're doing
maybe
that. It's.
I mean, there's a lot of military personnel
when it's random,
San Diego. So.
Yeah, but there's not with that level of clearance.
Yeah, I don't know.
And the ones that do aren't going to say a fucking word.
No. They can't.
Exactly.
All right, let's do a quick email and get out of here, team, before my voice is completely gone.
I guess I go.
Yeah. We got one from Doug here. Women at 54. You guys were talking about women in their 50s. This should be real easy for Mike. Donnie the Airco is the hottest 54. She'll be 55 in March. That is all. By the way, Donna is 2 weeks younger than I am. I look like Santa Claus's twin brother, Cliff, and she looks like, well, Nikki Sixx's ex-wife.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Donna D'Erco. Adore Donna D'Erco. She came in studio once.
Yep.
By far the hottest person I've ever seen in my life.
Not even close.
Not even close. She was so fucking sexy. It was unbelievable. Yeah. Gorgeous. So, yeah, we were talking about some women that, holding it together.
Yeah. There's plenty out there.
Yeah, there are. And there's more. They're making more of those every year, too.
Yeah, they're holding up better.
And
these damn little pictures. I just don't understand why it comes up so small.
Oh, yeah. What, do you got a picture of Donna?
Yeah, but so far I've opened 3 of them that are the fucking thumbnails.
Yeah.
So, but, do your own research. She's a biscuit and a half.
Oh, yeah. She's smoking hot, which is why Nikki Sixx married her.
Yeah, smart.
All right, T, let's call it a day there. We'll get you off to, unfortunately, the hospital. And we'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully you guys will join us then.